Let's continue working with tone group boundaries. Remember, a tone group boundary is usually placed in cases of time and place adverbials in initial position, cases of open apposition, time and place clauses in initial position, listing, vocatives in initial position, non-defining relative clauses, sentence modifiers in initial position, tag questions, and long subjects. Look at the following text and mark tone group boundaries, and then check in the next slide. In the previous text, it's clear that not all the syllables are uttered with the same prominence. From the semantic point of view, content words are more likely to be stressed than function words. Function words are usually not stressed, unless for special cases. English nouns have the greatest potential for prosodic prominence, according to Ortiz Lira. Among content words, we can find nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, and within function words, pronouns, prepositions, auxiliaries, and determiners. Now, we would like you to transcribe the text. And once you have finished, listen to the text again and identify those syllables which you hear as more prominent, more noticeable. As you can see, stressed syllables of content words are separated by unstressed weak syllables of function words. These weak syllables are obscured and compressed due to the assimilatory processes that you learned in previous phonetics courses, such as gradation, elision, assimilation, leveling, among others. Little by little, you will notice how prominent syllables stand out from the rest in a rhythmical, regular way. Let's practice dictation now. I'm going to dictate sounds first, and then again for you to identify the most prominent syllables by marking a vertical stroke on the syllable. Let's begin. I was badly tricked a few years ago. Group. When I was working in a jewelry shop. Group. A woman came in. Group. And was looking at necklaces. Group. She was young. Group. Attractive and well dressed. Group. Then a guy came in shortly afterwards. Group. And he was just looking around. Group. But then. Group. The woman went to pay for a very expensive necklace that she'd picked out. Group. And when she was counting out the money under the counter. Group. The guy grabbed her. Group. Flashed his police ID. Group. And said he was arresting her for paying with counterfeit money. Group. The man took the cash on the necklaces as evidence. Group. Wrote down his contact details. Group. And promised me he'd bring the necklace back. Group. By the end of the day. Group. I didn't suspect anything. Group. Then he took the woman away. Group. Presumably to book her at the police station. Group. But never came back. Group. And this is the end. In the next slide, I will read the dictation again for you to mark stresses. Let's mark stresses now. I will read group by group. I was badly tricked a few years ago. Group. When I was working in a jewelry shop. Group. A woman came in. Group. And was looking at necklaces. Group. She was young. Group. Attractive and well dressed. Group. Then a guy came in shortly afterwards. Group. And he was just looking around. Group. But then, group, the woman went to pay for a very expensive necklace that she'd picked out. Group. And when she was counting out the money onto the counter, group, the guy grabbed her. Group. Flashed his police ID. Group. And said he was arresting her for paying with counterfeit money. Group. The man took the cash and the necklaces as evidence. Group. Wrote down his contact details. Group. And promised me he'd bring the necklace back. Group. By the end of the day. Group. I didn't suspect anything. Group. Then he took the woman away. Group. Presumably to book her at the police station. Group. But never came back. Group. Now listen to the complete text again to check. I was badly tricked a few years ago when I was working in a jewelry shop. A woman came in and was looking at necklaces. She was young, attractive and well dressed. Then a guy came in shortly afterwards, and he was just looking around. But then the woman went to pay for a very expensive necklace that she picked out. And when she was counting out the money onto the counter, the guy grabbed her, flashed his police ID, and said he was arresting her for paying with counterfeit money. The man took the cash and the necklaces as evidence, wrote down his contact details, and promised me he'd bring the necklace back by the end of the day. I didn't suspect anything. Then he took the woman away, presumably to book her at the police station, but never came back. Let's practice transcription now. Mark tongue group boundaries and prominences in the following text. You will have the keys in the next slides.